Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today is kind of I just wanted to like get this video out because I want to be really honest with you guys about how things are going with the house build. I don't want this to be a fakey, oh, everything's wonderful, everything's working out great, or everything that is going wrong is, oh, it's just a silly little thing that's going wrong. So we are about halfway done with our build. We got the framing up, the roofing's up, we're getting, basically the exterior is almost complete, and then they're going to start working on the interior. And the nice thing about that is once the exterior is up, everything just tends to go pretty quickly. And we're hoping to be in the house by like early summer, midsummer at the absolute latest, so depending on how things go, that's the plan. So anyway, I kind of wanted to like give my thoughts now that we're halfway through, kind of my perspective on it, and maybe just some like, hey, watch out for people that might be considering something like this, because I do think, first of all, everyone's different, everyone's working with a different budget, everyone has different, mindsets when it comes to building. And I'll be honest, I totally thought that like everything was gonna be smooth and I was gonna like not be stressed about it. And of course that's not been the case. So I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on like the halfway point of our house building saga and kind of let you know how we're doing. So first of all, one of the biggest, I guess, things is I feel like ever since we started, I feel like anything that could have gone wrong went wrong, or some of the things that could have gone wrong that could have been not gone wrong have gone wrong, I guess. I don't know. Like, of course, the biggest hit that we're still dealing with is the excavator that was damaged, and of course, I'm still really angry about it, and it's gonna sting for a long time. And I think part of my struggle with it is I felt like we were kind of misled by the person that told us to rent from this company, and of course we didn't find out about any issues until we were like had the fiasco had already happened. So I feel like, so I'm mad because I don't want to take responsibility for it. That's part of it, is I don't want to admit that we screwed up, even though we obviously did. And so on top of that, we've had basically some unexpected like site development costs. And here's the thing about it, is you do have a contingency built into most of your construction loans, but it's the bank's discretion as to what you get to use it on. So we ended up going over budget because when we got down to it, when we started digging out stumps on our property, first of all, when we first like looked at it last summer, the grass was like overgrown. It was like 2-3 feet tall. So we didn't know that there was, I think in the end, my husband and the other excavator ended up pulling 47 stumps. And it is really, really hard to do because, I mean, these are trees. What happened was the previous owners basically sold this, like, it was like a 3-acre section to like a timber company, because that's really popular to do, because you can, sell, and I mean, they're big trees. We're talking like, probably like really large pine trees that had been cut down. So the stumps, the thing is, you got the stump and then you got the root system that you have to dig out because they're so big, and it's almost like a suction cup that you have to pull it pry out of the ground, so it's really hard on machines. And so we ended up going over budget by like $8,000. And the problem is, yes, we could have decided not to pull the stumps, but if we decided not to pull the stumps, then you're kind of limited to what you can do. You can grind them down and like put a little dirt over them and hope that they like rot away and you don't have to deal with them anymore. But the problem with that is you're not able to like level out your ground. And we had been talking about doing like a garden or something, and it looks like, it is better off in the long run that we spent the money now. But I am a planner, and we need to have the money, we need to be able to do this, and my husband is not. So we've ran into some issues where I'm getting stressed out about it, because I'm going, we have $8,000 on credit cards right now that we have to deal with, and I feel like, my husband's like, oh, it'll be fine in the end, And the thing about it is, after the house is built, we can use the contingency fund that is built into our loan to cover those credit cards. So it's not like we're going to have $8,000 worth of credit cards for the next 5 years, hopefully. But the thing about it is, I did not anticipate to be going over budget. That I did not anticipate, you know, a honest mistake costing us over $12,000. So like right now we're above 30,000 over budget on the house. And what's kind of interesting is this, I've discovered that this seems to be the norm. Basically expect things to go wrong. Of course, in the back of my head, and they told me, you know, the builders told me, other friends told me, but I just didn't really think that it would really happen. I kind of had this grandiose thought that, oh no, it'll be fine. Well, it wasn't fine. So I'm having a really hard time adjusting to kind of reality. And to be honest, like, it's a lot more stressful on me than I realized it was going to be. I kind of feel like overall, I know in the long run, it's going to be worth it. But I'm right in the middle now, so I have half a house finished. I can't back out because, you know, you signed on the dotted line. You basically signed your life away until the house is built. Now, when the house is built and we get occupancy, we can do whatever we want with it. But it's not going to be worth it at that point for us to just turn around and sell it. Even if we could make a profit on it, it's still not worth it. So it's been a struggle. And I think, you know, and this isn't necessarily to scare anybody away from building. It's more so I want people to kind of be aware of like how it changes, and just, you got to be flexible. I'm not flexible. My husband is very flexible, and that's probably why I married him, because I needed his flexibility and his laid backness to my like super type A, super analytical, super like, we got to have all these things in line before we can do anything. And most of the time we get along great. But obviously we do butt heads sometimes too, because he feels that certain things aren't as big of a deal as I do. And I'm sure it's vice versa in some aspects too. So realistically, it's been stressful. And I'm really kind of having a hard time right now, because I feel like, you know, we're seeing changes, but to me, they're not, like, things aren't happening quick enough. And everything's costing money. Everyone wants a piece of us, you know, everyone wants my husband's money. So that's been really hard, but I'm going to do my best, I guess I should say. Basically, I want to focus on just kind of the here and now. So I'm kind of getting more back into YouTube. I'm trying to do some different types of videos, kind of see what I enjoy doing, you know, and it's kind of going to be a distraction for me for a bit, so that I don't literally lose my mind with worry. And I know it's dumb. You shouldn't be worried about it, because in the long scheme of things, it's going to be fine. It's just right now in the thick of it, it's hard. So anyway, if anybody has any like tips or tricks on how to like handle really stressful situations, I would really appreciate them. Please leave them below, because I'm doing okay, but I'm trying not to be like extra crabby, extra stressed out, which makes me extra crabby. And I'm just trying to make sure that like I'm doing what I need to do to take care of my family and not worry about it, because there's nothing more I can do. But in the long run, it'll be worth it, right? So please give any tips and tricks below if you have any, and of course, I will also catch up with you guys next time.